A Civil War relic hunter's dream lay buried beneath a tall dirt bluff at Columbus-Belmont State Park in deep western Kentucky. At 2:45 in the afternoon on September the 4th, 1998, that dream came true for Eddie Roberts, a 60-year-old retired industrial arts teacher from Hickman County High School in nearby Clinton.
We found the triangular piece that held the cannonballs, and we knew we were right. We knew we had it. And we just kept finding things. And every time we'd find something, it'd cave in a little bit. We'd have to dig again. We got it. And we are so happy.
Early in the Civil War, the rebels heavily fortified Columbus, digging deep trenches, planting 140 cannons, mostly atop the town bluffs, and blocking the Mississippi with a heavy anchor and chain. Confident Confederates dubbed their fortress the Gibraltar of the West. The long-range, 7,500-pound cannon Roberts resurrected was a landmark at Columbus-Belmont State Park until it toppled off the bluff in a 1943 landslide and was buried under 42 feet of earth. Roberts had been searching for the gun for the past 14 years. Roberts hit pay dirt with a powerful metal detector called a magnetometer, and with help from Tim and Jason Schwartz, who volunteered their bulldozer and 2-track hose.
I knew he had been looking for it for over 10 years, turned out to be 14, and feels really good, you know, to see him get to pull it out and look at it as he comes out of there, because I know he's been searching for so long. He's like a kid with a new toy.
We first thought it was about 10 or 12 feet, so we started excavating, got that deep, and so we kept going. So then we went and got another excavator that would dig deeper. Just kept digging and digging and digging, digging out. Just finally found it.
It was popularly believed that the Model 1829 32-pounder naval cannon was a Confederate orphan, abandoned when the rebels retreated from Columbus in March 1862. It was also thought that the gun, which fired 32-pound shells, helped repel a Yankee probe against the Columbus outpost at Belmont, Missouri in November 1861. General Ulysses S. Grant led Union forces in the small battle across the river, which lent its name to the Kentucky Park. Grant outflanked Columbus when he captured Fort Henry and Fort Donelston, Tennessee, in February 1862. The Confederates had little choice but to give up Columbus. In March 1862, Union forces occupied the fortress town without firing a shot. The Yankees turned Columbus into a supply depot. Captured Confederate cannons were shipped to Columbus from all over. Thus, the ordnance Roberts recovered could have come from anywhere. That does not diminish its historical significance, according to John Adams, a retired park manager who searched in vain for the cannon himself in 1963.
To my knowledge, there's been about 5 different searches for it. One in about 56, 63, and probably 69. Then Eddie's done 2, one with a cord, then this one, and that's about the limit now. We've got it, and I think it's a great achievement, really do. And I'm proud it's out.
Roberts began his quest for the cannon in 1984. With help from the Army Corps of Engineers, he dug for the gun in 1991, but failed to find it. A few of the trenches and the anchor the rebels used to fasten the river-blocking chain to the Kentucky shore are featured attractions at Columbus-Belmont, Kentucky's westernmost state park.
The cannon will be an added attraction to Columbus-Belmont State Park, along with our anchor and chain in the museum. We have a lot of history here and a lot to offer.
Unearthed, too, were several broken timbers and heavy iron bolts and straps used to fasten together the carriage. None of the metal parts were corroded by rust, leading to speculation that the damp, clayey soil had somehow preserved them. Besides the cannon's elevating screw, its shattered axle and bent metal wheel rims were recovered. In addition, the Schwartzes grubbed up chunks of the concrete foundation on which the gun rested in the park. Civilian Conservation Corps crews, which helped build the park, constructed the wooden carriage to Civil War specifications. Around the cannon, they also built a Civil War-style earthwork called a barbette. Roberts thinks he knows why nobody tried to retrieve the gun.
I suppose nobody tried to find it because the Second World War was going on and they had their minds on the Second World War and the men were off at war and they were worried about all of that, so they just didn't bother with it.
Roberts was the first to lay hands on the muddy cannon barrel, cast in 1839 in Pittsburgh, after Tim Schwartz scooped it out with the track hoe.
Hey, Eddie, give me a thumbs up. What do you say now, Joe? What do you say now? He's the only one that believed it 100%, wasn't he? Who's that? Eddie? Is that right? That's a real Civil War cancer. Golly. Isn't that incredible? Golly. Wow. Golly. Boy, he deserves that first. He is excited.
If proof were needed that this was the lost cannon, Roberts found it on the old relic's muddy muzzle.